These are statements attributed to Charlie Kirk, or his public stances regarding Islam or Muslim politics, drawn from multiple news sources. Al Jazeera is the source of information. Firstly, Islam and Western civilization. He has said Islam is not compatible with Western civilization. He has warned of what he sees as Islam or Islamism, being a threat to Western values and institutions. Islam, the left, and cultural and political threat. He has described Islam as the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America. He has argued that Muslims, or some Muslims, want to import values into the West that seek to destabilize our civilization. Critical comparisons and provocative claims. He once compared Prophet Muhammad with Jeffrey Epstein, citing Muhammad's marriage to Aisha when she was young, as part of his critique. He has invoked 9/11, particularly when discussing Muslim politicians or candidates, to express concern or opposition. For example, after Zohran Mamdani, a Muslim of Ugandan Indian heritage, won a Democratic primary, Kirk posted, 24 years ago, a group of Muslims killed 2,753 people on 9/11. Now a Muslim socialist is on pace to run New York City. Immigration and demographic concerns. He has raised alarm about Muslim immigration, suggesting large inflows of Muslims or immigrants from Muslim-majority countries may pose cultural or civilizational challenges. Statements like, quote, conquest values associated with Islam, etc., tied to fears of cultural or political takeover or dominance. Criticisms and context. Many media outlets, advocacy groups, and scholars have described Kirk's statements as Islamophobic. They argue that the language he uses frames Islam broadly as an enemy or threat, rather than distinguishing between extremist ideologies versus the beliefs and practices of the many Muslims who are peaceful and law-abiding. Some critics say his rhetoric contributes to fear or distrust of Muslims, or plays into conspiracy theories like Islamic takeover, which often lack substantial evidence and can increase polarization. Others point out that using terms like incompatible without much nuance can erase the diversity of Muslim experiences and lead to stereotyping. For example, many Muslims do believe in freedom of speech, democratic governance, etc., so blanket statements can be misleading or unfair. While I didn't find a specific quote where Kirk acknowledges those nuances, critics often note their absence. Kirk appears to see Islam, often Islamism or political Islam, as fundamentally in conflict with Western, especially American values: free speech, secular separation of state and religion, pluralism. He regards Muslim immigration and political participation as potential vectors for cultural and political change that he believes could weaken or change what he describes as Western civilization. He also pointed that there are some countries who try to be politically correct, but invite problems to their country and make the situation like hell to their native future generations. He uses provocative language and comparisons to make those points, sometimes by invoking extreme or controversial historical or religious incidents.